Hey everyone, good morning from Lamora, Italy. This is a city just south of Turin in western Italy. Today we're going to be doing something fun. No, we're not cleaning bikes. Well, we just were a little bit, but we're gearing up for day number 1 of the Tour Nanti Sport Touring Motorcycle Tour. This is a curated motorcycle tour that is going to take us through the Maritime Alps region. That's what this tour is really called, the Maritime Alps Tour from Twisties out of Germany. Now, Twisties out of Germany is a new motorcycle touring company that specializes in equipping American riders like myself with the motorcycle, with the routes, with the hospitality. As you can stay here, we're staying at this awesome I Quattro Pozzi, awesome little boutique hotel. It's super nice, recently built. The construction inside is really magnificent. I'm eyeing all the detail work, all the finish work on the door frames, some of the tile work, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta step up my game at my house. My house is not looking like that. So cool to stay at a bespoke hotel in Lamora, Italy, which is a winemaking hub of Western Italy. Winemaking and hazelnuts of all things, if you can even believe it. So it's absolutely beautiful out. We're gonna hit the road on Mr. Klaus's 2023 Honda Africa Twin ES Adventure Sport model. It's kind of funny because it's the same model we have at home, except our model at home is 2026 and it has DCT. So we get to try out the manual version. Another key difference is our 2026 ES Adventure Sport DCT rides on a 19-inch front wheel. This one has the more off-road capable 21-inch front wheel, which isn't really totally ideal for this road-based sport touring ride, but I've ridden Honda's 21-inch front tire on the street. It works really well, so we'll just be fine. So more or less the same bike, minus that 19-inch front wheel. We've got our motorcycle all geared up. Of course, we're gonna be wearing Tourmaster's very affordable and capable Zypher pant and jack combo with these gloves. We also brought some warm weather gloves, cold weather gloves in case it gets a little cool, but it probably won't be. Then we have this nice giant loop bag here. This is a buck and roll bag. This is a 1.5 liter capacity bag. So not the biggest bag, but as you can see, it's really handy. The fuel tank on these Africa Twins is very short from front to back. So you need a bag that's very small, and this Giant Loop Moto 1.5 buck and roll bag fits just nicely. It's really easy to attach. Basically, you attach the bag with these front straps that go underneath the headstock, and then these ties that just went to the steel frame on either side, and it gives it a really secure fit, as you can see. So very secure. It's tied up here by the front. We'll probably tighten this a little bit as we go, as you can see here. We also have Giant Loop's trusty zigzag bag. This is literally my favorite bag in the world. For $50, this bag is awesome because you can fit a little bit of stuff in here, like this microfiber and some other little things. And most importantly, is it's very easy to mount. It's very easy to mount on any motorcycle with any handlebar. So that is super cool. I love the zigzag bag, and this buck and roll just makes us have a little bit more capacity. Now out back we have Giant Loop Moto's Great Basin luggage. This is a soft luggage at 68 liters of capacity. It is ginormous, and the cool thing about this Great Basin luggage is it's so easy to mount to a motorcycle. Giant Loop has a variety of different mounting apparatuses that come with this bag that make mounting just so easy. Like, look how good this thing fits on here. Yeah, we have these straps hanging out, but we'll tighten them up once we get everything sorted. And it's just cool how much capacity. I mean, almost 70 liters of capacity. We've got our clothes in here. We're gonna put our shoes in here. We got a small toolkit in here. We're gonna put our Starlink and our computer, and just super capable. Like, it's crazy how Giant Loop Moto makes these high quality bags that fit on dirt bikes, adventure bikes, and anything you got. Of course, we have Giant Loop's smaller capacity 39 liter Coyote bag right here. This is a great option for folks who want a little bit less cargo capacity. It's good for bikes like this Multistrada V4 that has a little bit more limited clearance between the exhaust and the bag. So this is going to be really nice. Again, really easy to install. And then we also have Giant Loop's oversized 6 liter Fandango Diablo tank bag. Again, just like that tuck and roll bag, very easy to mount. You mount it underneath the headstock, and then you use these straps to attach it to either side of the frame rails. That gives a nice tight fit, as you can see here. And that allows you to be able to bring your cameras, your doodads, all your stuff while you're riding. It's even got a separator so you can separate that. Another cool thing is the storage pocket right here for like a toll pass, and you can zip this off. So refueling still very easy, same with that. So refueling with the gas cap is not a problem. So really cleverly engineered bags from Giant Loop Moto. Probably one of the more high quality and intuitive to use bags for a motorcycle I've ever encountered, which works great. Again, if you're riding a 2023 Honda Africa Twin ES Adventure Sport or a 2023 Ducati Multistrada V4 Rally, which we're going to ride on day 2. That's right, folks. We're saddling up on the Honda for day 1 and then the Multistrada for day 2. All right, everyone. It's time to have breakfast. I was the first one awake this morning. As always, I'm a 4 a.m. riser, just like Mark Wahlberg. And now it's time to have some breakfast and hit the road on our Africa Twin. Who's ready to ride?
Today's episode is supported by CD and its Taurus GTX Touring Boot. These futuristic-looking CD boots are comfortable right out of the box and perfect for long day rides. They excel in cold, wet weather and feature a BOA two-lace system. In addition to this deep forest colorway, they come in 2 other colors and the sizes 8 through 12.5 US. The Taurus GTX retails for $600. Learn more at helmethouse.com. Now back to the episode.
All right, everyone, here we go on the 2026 Midsummer's Maritime Alpine Tour with Tournanti out of Germany. They've got our 2023 Honda Africa Twin all geared up. We're ready to go. Who's ready to ride? How cool is it that we fly halfway around the world to ride a bike that we have at home? I think that's pretty sick. You know, got all of our stuff. Let's turn on our maps so we can see where we are. All right, everyone, here we are, day number 1 of the Tournanti. Sorry, I can't say that. I'm such a Yahoo. Tournanti tour. We are leaving the city of La Mora. It's just south of Turin, as you can see right here. I'm on my 2023 Africa Twin Adventure Sports ES. My buddy and photographer Garth Milan is on the Ducati Multistrada V4 Rally. Then we've got Thomas, who is Klaus, the proprietor of this business, Tournanti. Klaus is on his original 2016, I think it is, Africa Twin. And then Thomas behind us has a R1200 GS setup. It's a little bit lowered and on 17s, which is really cool. So he swapped out that 19 for a 17 front tire. And here we are. This area, like we said before, La Mora is known for its wine and hazelnut factory production. We're about to head west to France. We're going to go through France and stay at some awesome castle tonight. So this Tournanti tour is just awesome because it's basically just under $1,100 a day if you want a full guided experience. So if you're looking for a full guided experience with bike, with hotel, with food, with guide, with full assistance, it's $1,100 a day. You have to carry your own luggage, though. There is no chase vehicle. So that's the one caveat. We don't have a chase vehicle. We have to carry all of our stuff with us. But it's not a problem because we are rolling with Giant Loop luggage. We've got its buck and roll, small, 1.5 liters, I believe, pack right here. We have the zigzag handlebar mounted bag, which is only $50, super easy. And of course, we have the giant Great Basin bag behind us. Gear-wise, we are geared up in Tourmaster Zypher pant and jacket combo and Zypher gloves. This Tourmaster Zypher gear, it is really awesome. So for the longest period of time, Tourmaster was your old man's brand, making very baggy, old man's, affordable but baggy ADV and touring gear. More touring than anything because they didn't have ADV back in the day. Well, fast forward to 2026, the Tourmaster has finally gotten its stuff together, and this Zypher gear is absolutely awesome. I really like it. It features a full mesh exterior that does a pretty good job of flowing air. There's no conventional zippers for airflow. It just has a mesh airflow design. Of course, it's got this really nice comfort waffle liner, which is awesome. I actually wore it on the airplane. I forgot to bring a jacket, so I just unzipped that internal jacket and used that as my jacket. Super warm, super comfortable to touch. The cool thing about that fleece jacket too is you can remove the sleeves. I love jackets where you can remove the sleeves because sometimes I'm riding in warm environment where I want my chest to be warm but my arms to be a little bit less warm, and that Zephyr waffle thermal allows you to do that. So really nice. Of course, we have that removed. We have the interior liner removed in the Zephyr pant, so perfect for the 26C. I think that's what, 85, 90 degrees right now, whether we're riding. A lot of pockets in this jacket. It has a great fit. We're wearing a size large jacket, size medium pant. I typically like the large jacket because I have longer arms. I'm 6 foot tall, nearly 200 pounds. I have long arms. If I get a medium, the medium fits nice, but the arms are too short. So that's why I went with a large. The pant, I went with a medium. I have pretty skinny legs, so the medium just has a little bit better fit for me. So medium pant, large jacket, medium gloves. I like these gloves. They have a little bit longer gauntlet. They're still a short cuff glove, but a little bit longer. Nice leather on the interior and reinforcement. Nice gloves. Got some TPU material right here to protect your knuckles in the event of an accident. But overall, pretty good gear. $350 for the jacket, $250 for the pants. I think the gloves are $50. So very affordable too. And we're gonna put this thing to the test. So far, so good. I kind of messed up by saying there is actually zipper pockets on the front of the jacket, just not at the back. So we're gonna open these up and get some airflow in our chest cavity. All right, everyone, we are in Western Italy. We are climbing up towards the mountains, as you can see right here. We're probably maybe less than 50 miles from the border of France. So we're starting to get out in the country. And I gotta admit, this Honda Africa Twin 2023 Adventure Sport ES, this bike's awesome. It's not very much different than the one I have at home. Huge 6.5 gallon gas tank, 1084cc overhead cam, parallel twin with that offset firing order that gives this engine authentic V-twin like feel. We talked about it in our Africa Twin MC commute. We really like this engine because this engine has a lot of character. Honda engines kind of get knocked for not having character, not having a fun-loving feel. Not this 1084cc. When Honda added the capacity of this motorcycle, I think for the 2020 model year they did that, when they went to the 1100 variation, it really turned things up a notch in the character. This bike is a lot more spunky and powerful and more fun to ride, which is just awesome. It's got the right kind of engine vibration, the right kind of character. It makes riding a motorcycle real fun. Oddly enough, this particular Africa Twin is not equipped with an electronic quick shifter, which would be nice. But it's cool to try the manual version after spending so much time on the DCT. This manual version is about 25 pounds lighter, if you can even believe it. So this bike weighs right around 530 pounds with a full tank of gas versus the 560 pound DCT which we have at home. To be fair, you don't really feel that 30 less pounds out on the road. Also really impressed with this 21-inch front tire. Yes, we've been riding the 19 super awesome, but this 21-inch front, it's really amazing how Honda was able to get a motorcycle that handles this nimbly with a 21-inch front wheel. It actually handles really good and has a good amount of grip, even though it's got the pizza cutter front tire. All right, folks, we're gonna make our way out of the city, and then we're gonna log some miles out in the country. Who's ready to go? All right, folks, here we go. We got some other riders coming up behind us on R1300 GS right here in front of us, making the pass. We are getting in the Twisties now, folks, and we are zeroing in on the France border, if you can believe it. Oh, we got a bunch of R1300s on our 6. Klaus needs to hurry it up, man. He's letting these Beamer guys get away. We can't have these Beamer guys check out on us factory Honda racer dudes. Wow, this is just a hoot. Look at these turns. Finally, we're starting to get some turn action. And that's what ride motorcycle is all about. Seeing new places, going through turns, having some fun. I can't believe how well this 21-inch front wheel equipped Africa Twin is. It is absolutely awesome as the BMW GS crew goes flying by us. I think the 17-inch wheel combo on their bikes, they're liking it. And I cannot hate on that. Back to the Africa Twin, back to the Tournanti Tour. Tournanti Tour Company gets their name. Tournanti means Twisties in Italian. So that's how Mr. Imping got the name of his business. It's always worth noting when you're on these mountain roads, folks, you really gotta pay attention. You want to pass cars safely, but you gotta make passes really quick because the roads are so narrow here. The roads are not set up for big American cars. They're set up for small Euro vehicles, and most of these roads were built, I don't know, 100 years ago. So hence the narrowness of them. Wow, everyone, look at this. Look how beautiful it is. Look at the bikers enjoying the beautiful scenery. Now we are on the border of Italy and France, as you can see right here on the map. We are right on the border, and who knew it would get so pretty. Technically we still are in Italy, but France is right up ahead. And look at this. I can't believe how well this Honda Africa Twin handles with a 21-inch front wheel. It doesn't feel that much different than the 19-inch wheel. Of course, if there's one thing I would notice, it's the tire sidewall is a little bit less tall. So some of the bumps you have a little bit more, you feel the bumps a little bit more. Where on the 19-inch front wheel, because the sidewall is a little taller, it's just a hair more forgiving. But still, we're rocking and rolling. And this Africa Twin is a great adventure sport touring bike, even with a 21-inch front wheel. It's nice to know that Tournanti offers this bike, and it's in good condition. We only have 5,500 kilometers on this bike, which I don't know is right around 3,000 miles, so it's still a very fresh motorcycle. It feels good. Look at that waterfall right there, folks. Look how beautiful that is. So a nice, good quality motorcycle. He put on new Metzler Torrance tires, so we're riding on fresh rubber, which is always nice too. And here we go, folks. I think this is the border. Now we are officially entering France. And there's a bunch of cyclists out here burning the calories and climbing this steep mountain grade. They are a lot more burly than I am. It's cool to see them putting in the miles, climbing the mountains. That is sick. Whoa, look at this view, folks. Wow. This is crazy beautiful. Look at the rock slide area going down that mountain face. Wow, folks, look at this. Now we are finally closing in on the real border of Italy and France. I thought the border was back there, but it's totally not. Hey, Cardo, mute microphone. So this is so awesome because look, I'm already out of breath. I need exercise. We were taking some photos and we're at elevation, and I'm a little bit weary from the travel, but this is it. Look, we are at top of this beautiful peak. France and Italy right there. Here now we are in France. Look. Parlez-vous français? I speak French. Look at this. This is so awesome. Look at us, folks. We're able to talk and ride and have a good time. Yo! Oh, look at these turns. Look how magnificent it is, folks. Nice tight switchbacks, just the way I like it. Just watch out for these cars and these bikes. Here we go. Look at this, folks. Now we are talking. All right, everyone, we're well into France now, and the terrain is really crazy. These big, spiky, peaky mountains and these lush green coniferous forests. What a crazy place. Very, very beautiful. It's pretty warm out. We climbed up to elevation. I don't really know how high we are. I think probably around 8,000 feet. And it was very cool and nice. Not too cold, but very cool and nice. But now we're getting back in the heat. But just an amazing place. Just very beautiful. I love these roads. It's nice. These roads are maybe a scant wider than they were up in the mountains, which just gives you a little bit more comfort and luxury knowing that you have a gap between the other traffic going in the opposite way. But this is just awesome. What a way to experience the wonders of the French Alps. Been on a motorcycle in this 2023 Africa Twin from Tournanti is proving to be right up my alley. I just love these bikes. They're just so awesome. They just got tons of character and power. Super smooth, very, very comfortable. I can't believe how well this bike handles the 21-inch front wheel, and just the seat is so comfortable. This semi-active, electronically adjustable suspension is just so poised. I haven't even messed with the suspension settings because they've worked so well, but definitely at lunch stop I'm going to take a look at it and see where we're at, because you know me, I love to test and I love to get my settings just right. Look at this, it's crazy. Look how blue, how turquoise that water is. Unbelievable. And this rock wall. We are living and we're staying comfortable in this Tourmaster Zephyr gear, which is awesome. It's going from 30 degrees centigrade to 10 degrees, 15 degrees centigrade like nothing. Love that it has these big front zippered vents that you can use to control your airflow a little bit. And all in all, really nice, affordable adventure sport touring gear. This is not your dad's brand anymore. Good job, Tourmaster, you finally did it. Well, everyone, look, we're in France right now, and this is gorgeous. In 3, 2, 1, look at that! Look at this road. Straight with a couple kinks, just the way I like it. Just like my brain is wired, straight with a couple kinks. Yeah. Overall, I'd say this Tournanti tour is pretty good. Just under $1,100, the bike, the lodging, the food, and we're doing good, and we're getting to see some really cool parts of the Alps in France. Here we are right here, folks. We're going to head south, if you can see. We're going to head south right here, and eventually we're going to be going towards Morocco. How cool is that? Is that where we're staying? I don't think that's where we're staying. We're staying at some castle tonight, so you're going to have to stay tuned and see what that is going to look like, because it's going to be awesome. Wow, everyone, more epic landscapes and overlooks. This is a sport touring rider's paradise. Get to log miles, see the French countryside, and have a whole lot of fun on this 1084cc Africa Twin. This thing gets her done, and it's crazy comfortable too. This is the Goldwing of adventure bikes, adventure sport touring bikes. It's the Goldwing with a 21-inch front tire, 18-inch rear. Just crazy. All right, everyone, we got some stormy weather here in the French Alps, so we've put on our Tourmaster waterproof exterior liner. This comes with the Zephyr jacket. So with the Zephyr jacket comes with this cool orange pouch, which includes this waterproof little thin jacket that you can either wear on top of, like we're wearing right now, or underneath your jacket, which will give you some rain protection. So we are ready for the elements. Let's see what happens here. I'm not complaining even if we do get some rain. This is a beautiful landscape to watch the rain and take it all in. Definitely not complaining. And this is awesome either way. Look at these roads. Look at this road. These turns. This French Alps stuff is so dang beautiful. I love the natural beauty of the French countryside as an Africa Twin guy goes past us. And at least the mercury is dropping down to 22C. We were 35C for a while. We were really cooking. So this cooler weather is mighty, mighty nice. All right, everyone, here we go. Now we're getting some rain. So it's a good thing that Tourmaster's Zephyr jacket and pant combo come with this rain jacket. Look, it's raining over there, but we're staying dry. And we're still having fun on this 23 Africa Twin. Let's lift these windscreen up. That's a cool feature that the ES Adventure Sport model has. This tall windscreen help block some of that precipitation falling on our heads. All right, boys and girls, we are in the thick of it, and we are getting wet. Our lower half is getting wet. This Tourmaster Zephyr pant is definitely not waterproof, especially without the liner. Our torso is dry, however, which is really nice, but we are getting wet. It's worth mentioning that we are wearing CD's Taurus GTX sport touring light duty ADV boots, and they are Gore-Tex, so our feet are staying dry too, which is a good thing. Right now the only thing that's really wet is our legs, specifically our crotch area. Maybe that's a little bit TMI, but that is the facts. I am liking this Africa Twin though. This thing is a pussycat. Obviously the roads are a little bit slick, but this 1084cc engine puts power so smooth that it ain't no thing for these slick surfaces. To be fair, there's pretty good grip. These roads are in pretty dang good condition. Well, everyone, we're going to keep trudging through the rain. Hopefully we make it out on the other side. I think we're going to make it. Alright folks, as you can see, it's a deluge and we are soaked. To be fair, our torso's not totally wet, but our pants are totally wet. Our gloves are totally wet. But our boots, these City Taurus GTX boots work really good. Our feet are actually dry. As crazy as that sounds. Our torso is damp, but we're hanging in there. We got caught in this deluge that didn't stop, but we're still trucking, but I can't talk because it's everything I can do to stay warm and see where I'm going. Thank goodness we have this pin lock insert in our side, our Neotech 3 helmet by Shoei Helmets. The pin lock allows the visor to act like a dual pane window, so we have much better visibility right now. I put some Rain-X on the outside of the visor before I left because I knew something like this would happen. And the Rain-X is certainly helping, but I probably should have put a little bit more on. But better than nothing. Well, everyone, the Tortani tour continues. Now we're going down this mountain hill road, and we are cold and wet, but we're trudging on in typical Honda Africa Twin adventure rider spirit. And even with these conditions, you can't deny the gorgeousness of the surroundings. Look how beautiful it is. Of course, if it didn't rain like this every so often, we wouldn't have this great green grass and these nice lush trees. So sometimes you gotta pay to play. Well, everyone, what do you think of this red rock French road with these cave tunnels? Look, they're cave tunnels. This is pretty sick. I'm a lot happier right now. We got 21 centigrade on the dash, so not totally freezing anymore, pretty warm, and the rain has definitely slowed down or stopped. So hopefully we can dry out now. But I'm digging this red rock area. Look at the wonderful contrast between the red rocks and the green trees. It's like we're in like Sedona, France, AZ. That's what I feel like it is. I'm so happy this 2023 Africa Twin has the electronically heated grips that we can use with this function button. Right now we have the grip temp at max. I do wish this bike had a heated seat. A heated seat would come in handy right now. But beggars can't be choosers, and we're still doing it. The heated grips are definitely helping our mitts stay nice and warm so we can manipulate the controls. Alright everyone, we're back in the saddle. We took a break to try to dry out, but that didn't work because it started raining again. But we got our Zephyr underlayer on, that thermal liner we were talking about with the removable sleeves. Well, earlier when it was 35C, that wasn't the way, and even though it's 23C, not particularly cold, we're a little wet, we're a little cold, so put that fleece liner, and now we're a little bit more warm, which is really nice. We only have another maybe about hour of riding till we get to our destination, and we're cruising. When you have a little bit of warmth in your body, it always makes riding in inclement weather a little bit better, which is how things are going right now. These CD Taurus GTX boots, these boots actually kick butt. My feet are wet. Everything's wet a little bit, but probably not as wet as I should be. The only thing that isn't wet right now is the stuff inside these giant loop buck and roll and Great Basin luggage. I actually couldn't believe it. I opened up that Great Basin to pull out that thermal liner and everything was dry inside. Like, wow. So very nice to have some equipment that can keep you dry. And this Tourmaster jacket's doing pretty good too. Yeah, I'm a little bit wet, but I'm also, humidity's 90% and it's been deluge raining for well over an hour now. So this rain poncho actually does a pretty fine job of keeping the rain out. You know what else does? This African Twin. I love this bike. This bike is just, it's crazy how comfortable you can be on this motorcycle. The seat's so nice and wide. And the wind protection's decent. Of course, these adventure sports ES bikes have a little bit more broad fairing. It's not quite as broad as that Multistrada V4, which we're going to try out tomorrow. But you guys get the point. Alright everyone, we are nearing our spot for the night in France. An old world castle. And check out this body of water to our right. Look at that turquoise blue water. Look at it. It's not turquoise, it's emerald blue. That is crazy. I've never seen water that shade of emerald before. Makes me want to go wakeboarding if it wasn't 19C, if it was 35C and sunny like it was earlier. Oh, look at that. That's crazy. Absolutely gorgeous, folks. Look at that. I can't even believe that color of the water. It's so blue. Shout out John Rawl. Inside joke, folks. We went to a Kawasaki jet ski press event in the island of Bimini in the Bahamas, and our old colleague John Rawl from Kawasaki, he was so excited about going. He kept saying, look at the water, look how blue it is, look how blue it is. So that's an inside joke we have to this day. Well, everyone, that was a good ride. We did a lot of miles. I think we did probably, it's going to be close to 200 miles. Most of it was dry. Not most of it, but probably a good 60% was dry and the other 40% wet. But that's the whole point of touring, is all climates, all conditions. And it was good to just get a little bit of wet and just feel Mother Nature's fury a little bit. And try out this Zypher gear in its natural element, the wet and touring. It actually does pretty dang good. Again, $350 for the jacket, $250 for the pant, $50 for the gloves. Pretty functional touring kit. Much better fit than the old Tourmaster stuff of old. And yeah, all in all, if you're looking for a good set of gear that can handle basically all conditions, I would check out this Tourmaster Zephyr stuff. Absolutely. Alright everybody, now it's sunny and that's where we're going. We're going to that castle up on the hill. We are almost there and I am tired. We've been riding pretty much non-stop since 9:30 a.m. So we're some weary travelers. It's time to go have a drink in the bar. That's where we're going right there. And here we are, folks, Chateau de Trianglants? Chateau de Trianglants? Wow, we made it. Hella freaking Luya.